Putrajaya will be reviewing contracts awarded in relation to the Pan Borneo Expressway for both Sabah and Sarawak due to tight financial capabilities. Works Minister Barubian says his ministry will consult with the Finance Ministry to appoint an independent consultant firm to study the contract's overall scope and costing. The main aim would be to minimize the cost and maximize the financial impact. The consultants will be presenting their views 2 weeks after their appointment, and the Works Ministry will finalize its review by September. Baru says the consultant firm will also be engaged on its study and views in terms of costing for the remaining 23 packages, which have yet to be awarded. He reveals that several work packages have been delayed in Sabah, but declined to disclose the status of the other packages in Sarawak. The Youth and Sports Ministry has axed 9 political appointees, including UMNO youth members, and will review and reopen recent procurements made via direct negotiations or limited tender. Its Minister Syed Saddiq Syed Abdul Rahman said this after it was revealed that his portfolio was among the country's top 10 most corrupt. Syed says there have been projects that are delayed or abandoned because the jobs were not awarded via open tender. He has directed the ministry to stop all existing projects that have exceeded the cap set by the Finance Ministry and retender them. Syed says he has also asked the MACC to come up with a corruption mitigation report, as well as to have one of their officers based in his ministry to weed out graft. According to Syed's deputy Stephen Sim, the ministry ranks 8th out of 25 ministries at the time in terms of corruption. He also reveals that between 2016 and 2018, 46% of the 777.1 million ringgit worth of projects were awarded via direct negotiations. Loss-making Scummy Group CEO Shah Hakim alias Shah Zanim Zain has quit the post to focus on other business commitments. Accordingly, his board position as Executive Director has been redesignated as Non-Independent Non-Executive Director. He still sits on the board of Scummy Energy Services, Scummy Engineering and KMCOB Capital. Taking his place at the helm of Scummy Group is Sammy C. Kwok Fai, who was previously the CEO of Hong Kong-listed EPI Holdings. Fraser Eve Holdings' third quarter net profit jumped thanks to positive contributions from Malaysia and Thailand. Earnings were up 51% to 104.5 million ringgit, although revenue slipped just 1% to 1.03 billion. In a filing with Bursa Malaysia, F&N said operating profit for its Malaysian F&B segment shot up by 102.8% due to cost savings. In Thailand, operating profit improved by 11.4% thanks to favourable input and packaging material costs. This is despite a slight revenue decline due to price competition. Cumulative net profit for the first 3 quarters remains flat at 303.9 million ringgit against 303.7 million in the previous corresponding period, while income inched lower to 3.11 billion ringgit from 3.13 billion. Moving forward, the group expects the business environment in Thailand to remain challenging, with competitive price pressure to intensify. In Malaysia, it plans to monitor the impact of the reintroduction of the SST on the pricing of its products. Semiconductor manufacturer Unisom saw its second quarter earnings shrink due to unfavourable exchange rates and lower margins thanks to a change in product mix. Net profit fell 26% to 31.1 million ringgit, while revenue contracted by 6% to 343.2 million ringgit. For the cumulative 6 months, net profit more than halved to 37.2 million ringgit, as revenue slid 8% to 664.8 million ringgit. Moving forward, Unisom, whose markets are the US, Europe and China, is cautious of the escalating trade war between the US and other economies. It says the company is currently unaffected by the developments, but any protracted impasse would have some adverse impact on its operations. Barring a drawn-out trade war and a consequential deterioration in global trade, the firm expects its performance to remain satisfactory for the remainder of FY18.